Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, what's good? Welcome back to another edition of Live Wire Sports Media. Today we're going to be talking about Paige Bueckers. Looks like the pressure of her after she had that 44-point explosion a few games back, that teams are starting to ramp up the defense on her, start applying a little bit of that Caitlin Clark pressure on her. Now, it's not as extremely as physical as we see with Caitlin Clark, but there are some adjustments. There are some teams that, like the Storm and like the Valkyries, are starting to say, hey, you know what? She's been getting away with this all season long. Let's give it a little taste what she can think. Because you got to think about this. Teams doing it now, even though it's close to the end of the season. But guess what? That leads into next season because teams are watching her. Teams are studying her. Just like teams were doing with Caitlin Clark. But we can't compare Paige to Caitlin because guess what? Paige ain't Caitlin. Caitlin has so many different things that she could hurt you with. Paige don't. She only has one thing that she could hurt you with. Her mid-range game. We all give her credit for a mid-range game. But none. I'm not taking nothing from her from that. She has one of the best mid-range games in the W. She might be up there top 5 2 guard. I just don't know if she's the best. Some people argue she is the best 2 guard right now, but let's wait till next season to find out if she's that best. Because if you only relying on your mid-range game, guess what? Teams are going to adjust to that. Teams are going to play you tougher. They're going to make you get the ball out your hand. They're going to make you make others beat you. Because if you cannot stretch the defense like a Caitlin Clark, like a Sabrina Ionescu, by shooting threes, make the defense honest, then guess what? That mid-range game goes away quickly. I don't care how efficient you may think you are. I don't care how crafty you may think you are. Teams are going to adjust to that. And like I said, players that's coming into the league next year already played against Paige. Why you think Juju has hard time? Why you think Juju's been working on her 3-point shot? Yeah, to me, I don't think, if you talk about mid-range, Paige and Juju, I think Juju is the best because you know why? She can handle the physicality going to the rim. Paige can't. Paige looks for the referees to bail her out. She whines and complains. Juju, she takes that physical contact and she scores with it. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between. So let's hold off on Paige thinking that she's the best 2 guard yet, because Juju is coming. And I think Juju is a little bit more physical. There's his old contact. Juju reminds me of Jewel Lloyd in her younger days, where Jewel Lloyd used to take that contact like that. So, anyway, I just said this. Paige, she can't take physicality. She's too small. Her body frame, she's going to have to gain a little bit more weight. Now, would that affect her explosiveness? Who knows? But she doesn't like contact. She likes to be crafty and try to use her skill to get you up in the air or try to get the referees to bail out with flops. But if you've seen in the Seattle and the Valkyries game, that wasn't the case. Teams that started locking her down, because make no mistake, when you have explosive, Caitlin Clark had that pressure when she came out of college. They did it right out the gate because they knew how lethal she was from 3-point line. Paige, no, shout out to the Pope for this. He tells you every time when his music, your game is basic. Like I said, I'm not taking nothing away from Paige, but when you have a basic game and that's your bread and butter, and you don't have nothing else, you can't get the ball, you can't assist, you don't have a you don't average 6 assists a game to make it honest, to get your teammates involved. If you get trapped, you either gonna turn the ball over or the ball is gonna get steal from you. You know what I'm saying? And I that's why I feel like when you compare her and Caitlin, there's no comparison. Caitlin can hurt you so many different ways. Caitlin might not have the mid-range like Paige, but when she want to use it, she can use it. So, but Caitlin kills you from distance because you don't know when she's gonna pull up on you. That's the difference. It's unexpected, and she hits it at a clip. And then when you think she's gonna pull up, she gets by you, she dishes it off, gets you assists. She can get you by 8, 9 assists a game. She can get you by 6 rebounds a game. Paige doesn't do that. And just watching Paige these last 2 games, she started, to me, I hate to say it, she's beginning to be annoying to me. She whines too much. She think because you thought you was gonna come into this league because you have connections, UConn connections, it's gonna get over on you. It's gonna get you what you want. And it was working for the most part of the year. It was working. But guess what? Teams are not allowing you to have that. Because guess what? Coaches, these new coaches, like the coach on the Valkyries and how Seattle plays, and you think about this. If Atlanta really played you physical and Ryan Howard played you to really like how Ryan Howard played played Caitlin Clark, guess what? You would be scoreless. She didn't even average 11 points in the last two games. She chucked up a 3 for stat padding purposes to get 10. They shut her down. She got shut down. So let me show you something real quick. This Paige whining at the ref. And then there's one play she was marking Erica Wheeler like she was flopping. Paige, to me, she's going to be the worst flopper in the game of basketball, in the WNBA. But I'm going to tell you, players going to play her hard. They're going to start playing her hard. Like I say, her peers from college already know how she plays. They're going to play her. They're going to get up in her. And she gonna feel like Paige gonna think to herself, if she don't have teammates on her team to bail her out or help her, she can't do it all. She's not gonna score 44 points or 30-something points a game next year. Teams is not gonna allow that. Right here, boom. Now I don't even know. I watched the whole play of that. I don't even know how she got through that. I don't know how she got through that. And that should have been a travel on her. Now they could have called a foul right there. So, but they didn't. They did. And then this one, she got guarded. They made her get the ball out of her hand. And the Valkyries always played great defense all year long. And then this one right here. See, when you start putting a little body on her, a little physicality on her, she starts whining. She starts crying to the ref, as you seen earlier. Me personally, man, play basketball. But she thinks she's privileged. Well, she thinks she's well, I can't even say the word, privileged to come into the league and not have to do anything. And she thinks that players gonna let her score and do all of this. And like I said, If she was getting played or guarded like Caitlin Clark from the gate, she wouldn't even win Rookie of the Year. She wouldn't even win Rookie of the Year. That's facts. If she got guarded out the gate like Caitlin Clark, she wouldn't even win Rookie of the Year. She can't handle it. Her body is not made for it. And you think about this. Playing the Minnesota Lynx, how physical they are. Or you playing teams like you going against Alyssa Thomas. Teams going to continue to adjust to you, get to know you. See, the thing about it, if you don't have more in your bag to manipulate the defense, it don't matter how great your mid-range is, because she's savvy, but she ain't not savvy enough, because people gonna start closing out on her. Especially if they push her out on the 3-point line and make her do the things that she's uncomfortable doing. Yeah. Now, but the one problem I have with her is that she cries too much. She whines, complains to the referees, and think the referee's supposed to bail her out all the time. Caitlin Clark get fouled so many times and she can't even get one call half the time. Paige get all of these family calls. That's not basketball to me. That's trash. Just like SGA in the NBA. Them phantom calls, them flops. That's not basketball, man. I remember back in the day when James Harden was doing it, and they changed the rule because of that. And they started calling it. Watch. That SGA move is going to get changed in the NBA. Watch what I tell you. And see, Sabrina Ionescu starting to use it in the WNBA. Now Paige starting to use it to her advantage. The WNBA don't have no structure for rules. And if you're going to allow players to do this, the referee's going to sit back and allow it. But now that teams are starting to play defense on her, she can't handle it. So now you know what the Caitlin Clark treatment looks like. Now you know what it looks like. Now you feel the physicality a little bit. Trust me. Trust me, Paige, when I tell you. Just the start of the beginning. Because once Juju come in the league, you're going to be an afterthought. See, Caitlin is that one. She's going to still be Caitlin. She's going to still do what she do. You going to have problems because you rely on your mid-range too much. And you can't get everybody involved. You're not an assist person. You're a safe person. My mom always tell me, cry now, laugh later. Well, Paige, you're going to be doing a lot of crying because guess what? When is your next game? When is your next game? She don't play today. They don't play. They play the Sun. Woo! Another physical team. The Sun, another physical team. Oh, and you think, well, Bree Hartley and Tina Charles, y'all went to UConn, so hey, they might not even play physical against her. So, yeah, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and keep it safe out there until the next ep. You know what it is.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire. It's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it. So official, like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying.